Welcome back in the Lake District again, and today we've got the intention of doing 8 Wainwrights, including Clough Head, Great Dodd, Watson's Dodd, Stybarrow Dodd, and then I think it's Rays or Whiteside. They're the next two. Then up onto Helvellyn, the highest point of today, and then finishing the day on Nethermost Pike. So we've got 8 Wainwrights today, around 19-20 kilometres walking, just before the wind starts. Just show you back over towards Blencathra and Hallsfell Ridge. It's gone up the centre there. You can just make out Skidder in the background. But yeah, I'll bring you back once we've made some ascent up this pull up. I'll see you up near Clough Head. Just stop for a little rest on the way up. I don't think there's too much more to go, but it's quite a steep incline. I've actually chosen the least steep way up as well. You still feel it. I think this is just one of those fells that has a few ways up, but the majority of them are just up. But we're almost there now, a couple hundred metres left. Get a really nice view over to Skidder from here. Lonscale fell to Blencathra, Suter fell, and the Mel fell was just over there as well. You can even see a little bit of Cowbarrow in the distance as well. But yeah, not too much longer to go now. The summit of Clough Head just there. Just thought I'd show you this view here because it's just opened up. And it's, well, you can see for yourself. So yeah, we're at around 750 metres here on Clough Head. Some incredible views on a clear day like this. Just seeing every direction. I mean, over here towards Grisdale Pike, you can see the whole of the Coaldale Horseshoe there. Catbells, Bleabury Fell, High Seat where I was a couple of weeks ago. Then obviously looking over to Latrig, up onto Skidder, Blencathra. All of the far eastern fells over that way. But yeah, this is the first Wainwright of the day, board number 69 for me in total. I think after today, after ticking off the 8 Wainwrights altogether, we'll be up to 76, I think we get ourselves up to. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a few minutes here and then make the walk over to Great Dodd, which is just behind us there. So I'll bring you back when we're on our way. Just got the view down to Thirlmere and Raven Crag and all the central fells. That's just opened up. as we make that ascent up to Great Dodd. It's a lovely view down there though. Just on the summit of Great Dodd. It's quite windy up here, and there's not many places to escape the wind either. There is a wind shelter just over there, but there's quite a few people in there. So I'm just at the steep point now. 857 metres. To Bleaberry Fell. Got Raven Crag down here as well. High Seat, and then you've got High Tove just over there as well. And just in front of us on the very edge of this ridge here is Watson's Dodd, which is our next Wainwright today. Our third one of the day. To say we've been walking around 2.5 hours now. We've already summited almost 3 Wainwrights. That's Watson's Dodd. Really, really nice summit. Had views in. I just sat down and had some lunch there and had the views looking down over Helvellyn and the Central Fells, and yeah, you can just see for absolutely miles. You can see all the way over to the Coaldale Horseshoe, Eel Crag, Sale, Grisdale Pike, and even beyond. Yeah. But yeah, that was Watson's Dodd. Just started the ascent up to Stybarrow Dodd now. Around halfway through the walk today. We're about 9 kilometres in and 3 Wainwrights down. So I'll bring you back on top of Stybarrow. Bloody hell. So this is Stybarrow Dodd at 844 metres. Lovely little place to camp. I mean, that's something about this route. Every summit has really has had an abundance of camping spots. Yeah, all 4 of them so far. Made some headway since Stybarrow Dodd. Just got that little bit to do now up to Raise, and then that'll be the 5th summit of today. And I just thought it was worth noting, you do have Styx Pass here that just passes by between these summits. That way will take you down to Glenriddin, this way down to Thirlmere. And it's just worth noting, if you do need a backup option, if you need to get down quickly or earlier than you expected because of things like this, like the weather, then that's an option for you. You can finish the walk early by using a plan B like that. I always have sort of plan Bs, plan Cs in case anything does go wrong, or if I do need to back out quite early. That being one of them. But today it looks okay. We're only out for a couple of hours. just sat down off the summit of Raise, just there behind me. 883 metres, the fifth Wainwright of today, and number 73 in total for me. Just been sat looking down over Water and Glenbrook. I'll show you. Just run down there. Water there, Glenbrook down in the valley, Glenbrook Dodd, Place Fell, Helvellyn Fell and all the far eastern ridge, going up to High Street. Looking up to Helvellyn, you've got Stybarrow here, that was Swirl Edge. So at this point, the views up to Stybarrow, Swirl Edge and over to Striding Edge as well in the background becomes really clear. Helvellyn summit as well, just about in view. We're just approaching the ascent now up to Whiteside. So this should be one of the last ascents of the day. This is a little bit of an up and down ridge. You do have quite a lot of ups and downs actually. Yeah, you do a lot of ascents, come down again to then go back up again. It's you get used to it along this route. Probably done that around 4 or 5 times already. But yeah, nearly at Whiteside now. But the view's over to Striding Edge and Swirl Edge now. You can see all the little ants on there walking across. Probably too far for you to see, but I can see them with the naked eye. There's a lot of people on Striding Edge right now. I can see at least 30. And a few on Swirl Edge as well. But it looks like the summit of Helvellyn's going to be busy today. So we've just got to the summit of Whiteside. 863 metres. And this is the Wainwright 6 of the day, taking us up to 74 in total. Just on the approach now to Nethermost Pike, the last Wainwright of the day, taking us up to 76 once we've ticked it off, and the 8th of the day. And after this we're just heading straight back down to Whitburn Church. So yeah, things got a little bit hectic on the top of Nethermost Pike there. It was just non-stop wind, which has been on most of the high summits today. But yep, that was Nethermost Pike, the 8th and final Wainwright of the day. And that was sitting at 891 metres. But yeah, I'll just go over the route a little bit as a whole. The initial pull up to Clough Head is steep. It's nothing out of the ordinary, it's nothing too crazy. I mean, there are 3 ways up from the side that I came from towards Threlkeld, and I chose the easier option, and it was still pretty steep, so just bear that in mind. The other ways up will definitely be a lot steeper, and then there's a steep pull up to Great Dodd as well, which you end up losing a lot of elevation after you come down off Clough Head, and then you have to gain it all back again heading up to Great Dodd. And then Watson's Dodd, really nice summit plateau. You can sort of just sit on the brow of the hill and overlook Thelmere and Raven Crag on the opposite side. To be honest, if you've got a clear day, you're going to see for miles. You're going to see everything in the background as well, over towards the west. And then Stybarrow, Rays and Whiteside, they've all got, you lose a lot of elevation to then gain it back again, so there's a lot of humps along the way, so you are up and down quite a lot. But yeah, the one thing worth mentioning is the pull up to Lower Man. Once you're at that point, you're probably about 5 hours into the walk, around 13 kilometres or something like that. It's the last thing you need to be climbing up to Lower Man, but it's doable. It's just one of those. It's worth noting that you think all of the ascent is done, and then you come across that. But that's what gets you up to Helvellyn, and then as you saw there, we got to Helvellyn and it started raining. So it was typical really. We had an absolutely lovely start to the day, lovely entire route really up until we got to Helvellyn and it just started raining. The wind picked up a lot as well when we got there, and the same on Nethermost Pike as well. So we haven't had a chance to really spend much time up on Helvellyn today, but you know, it's not going anywhere. We'll be back before we know it. And the last thing I want to do is just mention the rating for the walk as a whole. Obviously 1 being an easy beginner type walk and 5 being a really difficult, scrambly, technical type of walk. And with this one, it's just a long duration. It's just a long. It's around 20 kilometres, so it's more of the distance than anything technical. Like I say, you do have a lot of ups and downs, so you do have a lot of ascent and descent along the way as well. But in terms of technicality, there's nothing. There's no scrambles. There's no technical parts that you should be worried about. It's more or less just the distance. If you can handle 20 kilometres, once you're up on, I'd say, Great Dodd, most of your ascent's done. So yeah, I would probably go with around, I'd probably go down the middle. I'd probably go with around a 3-star. It's like I say, it's just the distance. But yeah, we'll go 3-star for this route, and that's as a route as a whole for the route. And bear in mind, we have ticked off 8 Wainwrights along the way, and up until this point we've been walking for around 6 hours, and we're nearly back down at Thelmere now, which I'll just show you. Got a bit of water on the lens as well. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap things up for today. There's nothing much more to speak about. We're nearly down. We're only around half an hour off the bottom. So, as always, if you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. And I've no idea where I'm going to end up next. what my next route is, what my next walk is going to be, and where it's going to be. But hopefully you'll join me, and I'll just leave you with this view of Thelmere.